On another matter, it's impossible to ignore the crisis at our southern border that's erupted on Washington Democrats' watch. Back-to-back record-setting years that saw millions upon millions of illegal arrivals at the border and historic quantities of fentanyl and other lethal drugs pouring across to decimate American communities. Let's remember where this crisis came from. President Biden campaigned on open borders policies. His message was so compelling that crowds literally showed up at the southern border with his campaign logo on their shirts. As one put it back then, the president had, quote, promised us that everything was going to change. Vice President Harris hit the campaign trail with a refrain of her own. She said, say it loud, say it clear, everyone is welcome here. And she called the previous administration's common sense border security measures criminalizing innocent people. Well, Mr. President, this is the administration that canceled common sense policies like Remain in Mexico, shelved DHS resources meant for border wall construction, and abandoned overstretched border enforcement personnel to contend with the tidal wave of mass migration. Today, cleaning up this administration's mess at the southern border is a matter of urgent national security. And I'm grateful to a group of Senate Republicans, including Langford, Graham, and Cotton, who've been working in good faith on substantive policy reforms to bring this crisis under control. The goal here is simple: slow the flow, stop the catch and release asylum system that's overrunning border communities in blue states, blue cities as like. The crisis isn't crying out for boatloads of new taxpayer dollars, just common sense policy reform. Unfortunately, Senate Democrats do not appear ready to admit this reality. There is apparently not ready to seriously address asylum abuse. And that's a stance that's put them out of step with even left-leaning governments across the Western world. For example, Germany, which is struggling with an asylum caseload costing roughly $53 billion, is exploring trusted third-party policies to keep asylum seekers outside the borders while the cases are adjudicated. Finland is considering closing some crossing points along its borders as Russia weaponizes migrant flows against the West. Responsible people everywhere recognize that enforcing sovereign borders isn't some hand-wringing moral outrage. In fact, what's outrageous is refusing to do so. The American people deserve safe streets, stable prices, and secure borders. These are the fundamental responsibilities of any government. But on all accounts, the Biden administration is failing to deliver.